The Calgary Flames have slipped out of a playoff spot and are now on the outside looking in, with injuries starting to pile up. The health of stalwart defensive defenseman Kevin Bahl has major implications for the Flames' playoff push, so hopefully he can come back ASAP, and we have an update on his injury. We're going to get into all that and more in this video, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family. Before we get into Kevin Bahl, I do have a quick question for you. Are you tired of the same old banking experience? If so, it's time to check out Koho. Koho is Canada's leading fintech alternative to traditional banking, designed to help you spend smarter, save better, and even build your credit all in one app. Koho is a Canadian company that offers 4% interest on your entire balance, and this is a non-promotional rate, which means it's one of the highest interest rates in Canada. With Koho, you can earn up to 2% cash back on everyday spending like groceries, eating out, and transportation. But it doesn't stop there. Koho makes building credit easier than ever before, and the average Koho user sees their credit score rise by 22 points in just 3 months. Plus, there are no hidden fees. You can earn up to 4% interest on your balance and even get a cash advance of up to $250 interest-free. Koho makes managing your money fun and effortless. And the best part is, your funds in a Koho account are insured by the Canada Deposit Insurance Corporation, the CDIC, for up to $100,000. Are you ready to take control of your finances? Click the link in the description or the pinned comment and use code FLAMES20 to get a $20 Canadian dollar reward when you sign up and add $20 to your account. Check them out, and thank you once again to Koho for sponsoring this video. No, seriously, go check them out. I strongly recommend it. But let's get into the hockey talk here and talk about the major defensive implications we have going on right now. Now, the Flames have been, I guess we can say, short-handed through the D-core lately. Obviously, with Kevin Bahl being injured, Miramanov being injured, but also maybe on the outs a bit due to performance. It's weak right now. We can say the D-core is getting weaker, and it's not exactly great. We all want to see Kevin Bahl back, and we do have an actual update on his injury. So, Kevin Bahl is labeled week to week with an upper body injury per head coach Ryan Huska. He has been out since Saturday. Now, we all know what happened. Kevin Bahl got hit from behind by Jacob Lauko of the Minnesota Wild. Maybe should have been a bigger penalty than it was, but either way, what sucks the most is that Kevin Bahl is injured. Now, week to week is good news and also bad news because, I mean, at least it's not month to month and it's not, long-term injury here, we hope, but week to week can mean different things. We hope it more means, maybe on the 1 week kind of end of things from now, of course, not opposed to a month or two from now, a 6 to 8 week kind of thing going on. Now, week to week usually means it's less, which is great. We do hope to see him back. Again, you never want to rush a player back and make them play injured, especially if the season ends up being, a dud and we don't make the playoffs. But the Flames really do need Kevin Bahl back if they want to make a push here, because the offense is not what is going to carry this team to a playoff berth. It is the goaltending, which of course is just the biggest demonstration of what goes on with the defense. And Kevin Bahl is our best defensive defenseman. The Flames really do need him back. Now, we do have an interesting article here. It's Calgary Flames' lack of defense depth exposed by injury. It comes from Ian Buchanan, and I believe this article comes from Last Word on Sports. So let's dive in. Bahl's become a key defenseman in Calgary, and we know that. Kevin Bahl is having a great season so far in Calgary. Bahl and partner Rasmus Andersson have played themselves into the top pairing in Calgary. Bahl and Andersson have played the 8th most minutes this season among defense pairings. Most night they have been given the heavy defensive assignments of matching up against the other team's top lines. Bahl's steady presence has been a key component to the success of the Flames this season. Bahl has been averaging over 21 minutes a night for the Flames, the third most on the team. He also sits third on the team in block shots and has become a key penalty killer. And that's where he really comes to light. It's the penalty kill, playing those top minutes against the top offensive units from other teams. And of course, he blocks shots because he's such a big dude. I mean, how could you not get in front of some pucks when you're that big? We know how instrumental Kevin Bahl is to this team. Alongside Rasmus Andersson, Bahl has also provided more offense than expected. He and Andersson have the 11th most goals among defensive pairings. Now, how many of those are Kevin Bahl's? I guess we can take a look. Bahl has scored 14 points in 47 games, which is already a career high. That's fantastic. He has quickly become the Flames' third best defenseman after being acquired via trade this past offseason. It is true, Rasmus Andersson and MacKenzie Weegar are easily the Flames' top 2 D-men, but you could argue that Bahl is the best defensive defenseman. Without Bahl in the lineup, the Flames will have to rely more heavily on unproven third pairing defenseman. And it is true. You know, the last game against Washington, I actually thought Braden Pahal played pretty well, but guys like Jake Bean looked almost non-existent out there. Barrie played great offensively, maybe not fantastic defensively. And again, while Barrie does provide something offensive, the Flames do need something defensive as well. I'd love to see Barrie in the lineup a little bit more, but maybe take out Bean for someone a little bit bigger, more bruising, and can really play defense in a more complete way, I suppose, like Kevin Bahl. I mean, is that an easy replacement? Of course not, but it just would be obviously nice. First and foremost, Calgary has to hope that Kevin Bahl can return to action shortly. That's key here. These are the serious implications we're talking about. The longer he is out, the longer the Flames will be relying on an unproven defenseman. If Bahl misses significant time, this group for the Flames may get exposed. The Calgary Flames could have more defensive breakdowns with the unproven group and new pairings. This means rookie Dustin Wolf may have to be even better than he has been. Wolf is having an incredible rookie season and is the Flames' MVP. It's hard to imagine him doing more than he has for this team, but if Bahl misses time, he may have to for Calgary to make the playoffs. We're already piggybacking on Dustin Wolf a lot and just the goaltending in general, but without Kevin Bahl there, with the defense being mixed around, you know, it's going to be even tougher for him to piggyback this team and really carry them to a playoff berth. The Flames are fighting for a wild card spot in the Western Conference. GM Craig Conroy has hinted that his team may deserve to have him make a move to improve this roster. I guess that makes sense, yeah. Although we aren't expecting Conroy to make a move for a veteran or expiring contract, this injury could motivate him to look to add on the back end. Could Conroy find a younger defenseman who could fit with the Flames rebuilding and has more upside and experience than the Flames' current back end? Maybe. It's really hard to trade for a good young D-man these days, though. This would be a big ask, but this may be necessary for Calgary if others don't step up in Bahl's absence. Now, all of this is obviously true. There's some validity to it, but at the same time, the Flames know what they have, and I think they're just going to continue to kind of rock with this. Now, you could argue who's next up in a way. I personally would think that if you want a direct replacement, a guy who has come up before in a Yan Kuznetsov might be the play. A defensive defenseman, I got to be honest, I should have checked to see if, you know, he's healthy or anything like that, but you would think he would be the most direct replacement that the Flames have and could be the next guy up. There's also Solovyov, which we will get into later in this video a little bit, could be a replacement as well. But who do you think could come up from the farm in order to make this work? Or should the Flames continue with the D pairings that they had in the most recent game, or throw in Amir Amanov in there as well? I mean, it is going to be interesting no matter what, especially as we head into tonight's game against the Anaheim Ducks. Yes, the team that we used to never be able to beat on the road. Well, that's long in the past, and that doesn't matter because it's a home game for the Flames. This one goes at 7 p.m. I believe it's the Lunar New Year festivities game, which should be very cool. It should be a great game against the Ducks. And why is this game so important? Well, as I said in the intro and before in this video, the Flames are actually on the outside looking in now. Vancouver has surpassed the Flames, and the Flames have pretty much caught up in games. They only have one in hand on the Canucks. So it's starting to slip away a little bit. These injuries are really starting to pile up. I mean, the Flames, we know, would be a much better team if Kevin Bahl and Connor Zary were in the lineup. Of course, both have a chance to come back. I mean, Bahl should for sure, hopefully sooner than later, but it really does have serious implications here if the Flames want to make the playoffs. You need a good lineup going into the playoffs. You can't have some of the guys that they currently have on the team on, you know, a Stanley Cup winning roster. No offense to any of them, of course. I suck at hockey, so I shouldn't be one to talk. But either way, very interesting to note that the Flames are 1 point behind Vancouver now. Still only 3 points behind LA as well for the third in the Pacific. LA does have a game in hand on us, but it is, again, extremely important that the Flames start to get wins. And Anaheim is a team below us in the standing. So these are must-win, winnable games for the Flames. Now let's wrap up the video with the comment of the day, as we love to do here on the channel, and I kind of already spoiled it a little bit, but it's a good one here because it involves the defense. Now, first part of this from Guitar Memoir, he said, Razzie called the embellishment penalty that the refs missed. Absolutely, it was hilarious that Raz did it. He did it in the best way possible. I still absolutely love him for that. But second part here is what I really wanted to take a look at. So on a serious note, we need better D-men. Did you write this article? Come on. I would like to see Solovyov called up. Now, Solovyov is, I mean, he's a bigger guy in some ways and definitely has... He's not, I wouldn't label him as a defensive defenseman. I also wouldn't necessarily label him as an offensive defenseman. He's kind of just all round good, but not totally amazing at anything. So he could definitely be an option for next up. And I think that if the Flames are to call someone up, it would probably be him. So that's not a bad option at all. But then again, please let me know down in the comments who you would like to see the Flames bring up from the Wranglers or acquire from another team. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.